Hello and welcome back from me, Admiral, joining me on Star Trek news. It's not really Star Trek Fleet Command, it is Star Trek Fleet Command, but it's the news about Star Trek Fleet Command. And we're going to be talking about this new, essentially the new, what they've brought out, which is the introduction to the Infinite Incursions. This is the second part of the sort of Incursions reveal. And this one gives you a hell of a lot more information. So we're going to go through that information and we're going to talk a little bit about what I think. Well, to be honest, this is pretty much exactly what I was talking about on my stream, literally not so long ago, a couple of weeks ago maybe, or even last week. And yeah, well, not last week, but a couple of weeks ago, I was talking about this on the stream. And they sort of, they're implementing something like it kind of into the game. So let's have a little read. We're going to read most of it verbatim, and then we're going to have a little discussion, or I'm going to talk to you. And then in the comment section, hopefully you can join in with the discussion. Let me know your thoughts on the Incursion altogether and what you think about it, whether it's good, bad, or whatever else. So last week we teased with a new feature, the Infinite Incursion is coming to Star Trek Fleet Command. Today we'd like to provide a little more information on what everyone can expect once it releases. Check out the details below and prepare for battle. Okay, so straight away we know it's going to be some form of PvP. And as it says here, it's going to be cross-server as well. So what are Infinite Incursions? A new event type pits servers against each other in battle for dominance. During the Incursion event, servers are matched 1v1 based on criteria such as server age and population. Players can relocate their bases to the server they're invading for the duration of the event. The event scores off an entire server's effort. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So it looks like we're going to be able to go to someone else's server, whoever we end up getting pitched against, invade essentially their space. There's a bit of a caveat I'm going to get to in just a second, but you're basically going to be able to go around and wipe out people's bases, their ships, do whatever you want, because within this window of time, it's a complete free-for-all, and it doesn't matter what you do, because as soon as you leave, well, guess what? You don't have to deal with them because they're not on your server. So you will never have to deal with them for the foreseeable future until you get maybe another incursion where you go against that same server again in the future. But hopefully they mix it up, so you might never see them ever again. So it doesn't really matter what you do. So going down, there's a few little nice screenshots, and then there's some form of, like, obviously scoring system and the way it works with some rewards in the bottom. Let me just have a look and see what they are a second. The rewards don't seem too great. It says 12.2k per steal, blah blah blah. I imagine they'll be just relative to what level you are, maybe, or I don't know yet, and no one knows yet until they release it. Okay, so who is eligible to participate? So all players above 25 and above are able to participate in incursions. Special events leading up to the incursions are open to players level 10 and above. So basically, everyone can do the events 10 and above. And then when it comes to the actual participation, you have to be at least level 25. So if you do want to participate in this, my recommendation is try and get to level 25 before this event drops. And then at least you can physically take part. There is ways of going around avoiding a lot of the conflict. And this is what we're going to lead into now. So shielding behavior is going to change during the incursions, depending on what system you end up being in. So during incursions, all peace shields are suppressed in systems level 20 plus, and no new shields can be activated. Therefore, if you are in a system of level 20 and above, your shield will cease to work and will not exist whatsoever. And you cannot add a shield on either. Excuse me, just had to clear my throat. So yeah, you can't add a shield. Your shields won't exist. You can't get shields. And as it says in the second bullet point, shield will be back up after the incursion ends. So it's that limited time frame. And we're going to move to a different bullet point just now, not the second one, the third one, sorry. We're going to move straight to the fourth one, which is in systems level 19 and below, all shields work normally. So if you don't want to take part in this event, you don't want to get your base, all of your goods stolen, I would suggest, highly suggest and recommend you move to a system that is lower than 19 and you put your shield up and you just wait it out. If you don't want to take part in the PvP, that is my recommendation. Move to a system 19 or below and just wait it out with a shield on of however many days you need the shield for. However, with saying that, players can move between the level 20 plus and the 19 systems as normal with relocation tokens. But obviously, when you move systems, the shielding for your base will basically depend on what system level you are in. So if you move into the level 20 system plus, your shields will just cease to exist. And when you move back into level 19 and below, your shields will be allowed again. And then going back to the third bullet point, which is the 10-minute shields do not activate after the station is attacked in systems level 20 plus either. But in level 19 and below, you still get that 10-minute shield as well. As normal. Everything's literally as normal. But when you're on level 20 plus, if you're, as part of this incursion, if you're in the incursion window, level 20 plus systems, your shields won't exist. People attacking your bases will not have to wait to re-attack it again. Once they crack it, that is it. They will get access to your base. So just be prepared on that. So invading servers is the last bullet point. You can't really see it. I'll move it up for you there. So players can spend incursion conduits sourced through events and offers to invade an opposing server. So you do have to work to invade the opposing server. So if you want to take part in the event, I highly recommend you do the event, or alternatively, I'm sure they will sell something in the store, as they're obviously hinting towards. Upon invading, players are placed in the exact same station slot as they occurred on their home server, including territory capture systems. Should that slot already be filled, they are placed to the next available slot in that system, or another location should all slots be filled. Invading players can spend normal relocations tokens to move between systems after invading, which is obviously quite beneficial. Server-wide buff for the winning server. So in addition to the individual rewards for a new officer, a new avatar, etc., each server that wins the incursion event will receive a server-wide buff for a week to all players who participate in the incursion. The buff will be either a build speed or a research speed buff, with the buff strength based on the player's op level. So obviously the higher op level you are, the greater the buff you're going to get, which is fine because the higher level you are in terms of ops level and the higher research you go into the game, which they are most likely higher than, let's say, level 30, the longer it takes to do the research or the building speeds. So I don't mind that sort of discrepancy between them. That sounds pretty fair to me. My thoughts on this overall, so let's have a little chat about that. My thoughts on this overall, this is something that I literally spoke about like a couple of weeks ago on a stream, and I've been talking about something like this probably for the last easily couple of months, and now they're finally looking to obviously implement it into the game. I think this is a great idea. The only caveat I would say with that is they need to implement this between arcs, because that's when I think would be the best time to implement something like this, because most people are not engaged between arcs. Just look at myself over the last the last week. I really haven't played the game much this last week, as I've been obviously relaxing, spending time with family, spending time with obviously the dog as well, Winstano. And yeah, that's basically what I've been doing, but I'm going to be back from now, hopefully bringing more content. Probably not going to be streaming until the next arc goes live, but we are going to be bringing more content for the next, foreseeable future again until the next arc runs, which most likely will be some point either next week or the week after. So yeah, we're looking forward to the next arc. Hopefully it's a little bit better than the last one, but this is a good idea. I think this is great. Like I say, even though I'm not a massive PvP player, I do think the game needed something like this, where it pitches servers against each other, adds more dynamic to the game, and the fact that you can go to other people's servers and infiltrate them and stuff like that. Again, something I literally spoke about on my live stream a few weeks back now, and something I've been speaking about for the last 2 weeks. Whether they watch, whether they listen to some of the streams, live streams, or the videos themselves, maybe they did, and maybe they've implemented some of that. Maybe they didn't, and this was always their forte all along. And maybe I can just read the future. I don't know. But please let me know your thoughts down below. I'll be very interested to know what you think of this. Other than that, fly safe. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.